Hey everybody, thanks so much for joining me today here on Real Talk with Ro on Spin Wax Radio. You can find me here Sundays at 4 p.m. and Fridays for the replay at 10 a.m. Listen, we have a great show for you today. It's going to be me and some guests in the house. I have Darius, David, and Dawn. I got 3Ds with me today, you guys. And we're just going to have some casual conversation and talking about various topics in this world of dating and relationships. Come on in, stay tuned. We had some questions that we wanted to ask the guys tonight, and it looks like we have one guy here so far participating, and that is Darius, and he's going to be on the hot seat. I have my female co-host with me. She don't know it, but she's my female co-host. You said, hold on. Uh-oh. Dawn is going to be right back. She's on, coming on tonight. And we are going to ask Darius some questions and get his views on some things. And as soon as the other female co-hosts come back, we're going to ask that you guys introduce yourself so people can kind of know who you are. Don't have to give a whole lot, but just, So, hey, Dawny. So,
hey, I just spoke with DT. He's going to probably try to get in if we're still on in 15, 20 minutes. Okay. So we'll see where we are then.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so I'm Ro. I am the host of Real Talk with Ro. You can catch me Sundays on Spin Wax Radio at 4 p.m. and the replay on Fridays at 10 a.m. And I have my co-host, my male co-host here today, Darius. And I'm going to just let everybody kind of introduce themselves tonight that's on the panel. So Darius, you got it.
Yes, my name is Darius, and I do, I co-host with Rochelle most of the time, and I guess that's about it. I'm a single male, and I'm over 55. Actually, I'm closer to 60, 58.
All right, Dawny, you next. She's my female bestie co-host, y'all.
So I sit in on those, pillow talk conversations. And my name is Dawn. I'm single. I want to know what's on the mind of you men. Like, what's going on? Why am I 55 and still single? Like, what's going on here?
Wait a minute.
Well, maybe we could try to answer some of those. I just want to say this also. Disclaimer, everything that I say is either coming from myself, something I observed, or something that was shared. So it's all we can say is fact.
Okay.
Might be somebody's different perspective, but still fact.
Okay.
All right. And I'm Ro. I am 55. No, Lord, I'm 57.
Yeah.
I'm 57. So I'm 50, dating over 50-ish. And I'm trying to figure out, what do these men want and expect at this age in the dating game? So we are going to get started. I'm going to let Dawn put Darius on the hot seat and see if she got a question for him first. Because Darius and I talk all the time. So I'm going to let Dawn have the stage for a second.
Okay. So Darius, you being a single male over 55, what are you looking for? Are you okay with being single? Are you looking to find that someone and hopefully to get married? Or are you cool with it? And if so, your partner or person of choice, are they okay with it?
So let me start here. I forgot. I am single, but I was married, right?
Okay.
So I just got divorced this year in March of 2022. Okay. So as far as right now, I am good being single. There are some obstacles about being single that I don't like about being single, but I got to deal with it.
Right.
I do have it. So I'm just going to, just leave it at that. I'm okay with being single, but I got some butts there.
Okay. What's the butts?
So all right. So some of the butts is, which I'm working on. I still I like a little affection there. So, but I get it. You got to have commitment for affection.
Right.
And I'm not ready to be committed. So I guess I have to do without the affection for right now.
Right. It might be some women out there that, depending on what type of affection you're looking for, if it's a woman that is looking for a committed relationship.
Correct. So here's what I found. So I can only speak from the old days. I can't speak from the new days. So in the old days, I would be really upfront. And this, my spiel used to be, I don't want to be in a committed relationship. I don't want to be married. I don't want any kids. I just, we're going to use the term, I guess we just go have fun together. And then guess what? A young lady is saying, oh, sure, that sounds great. However, she's also saying, hey, you know what? I do want to be married. So then if that's the case, I'm not the guy for you. And then, of course, they say, well, let's just take it one day at a time. Take one day, one day at a time. You want to be married. I'm not trying to be married. But however, I was not the brightest guy back then. I'll move forward because she is saying she's okay with it. So what will start happening is I like to spend a lot of time with people I enjoy being around. So as I'm spending time, before you know it, it's 3 months, then went by. And then, of course, they said, so as soon as let's just say, I say, hey, I'm not coming by this weekend or something. What do you mean? Because I'm going wherever. Well, what kind of relationship is this? What do you mean a relationship? It's not a relationship, right? So for some reason, somehow, it always backfired on me and turned into a relationship when I already put out there that that's not what I wanted.
So why would you move forward if you know the young lady is or was pushing for marriage? Now you're old enough to know our yes sometimes means no, and I know sometimes mean yes. So if you know that this woman first put it out there that she wants to be married or she wants a relationship, why would you move forward with her just because she said, let's take one day at a time?
Because I wasn't the brightest young man back then. Now I'm brighter. I'm smarter. So now I know, right? So now I won't, if someone is saying that, then no, I won't move forward because I already know it's an emotional piece that's there. And no matter probably what is said, the actions are going to make it different. So no, so if I know they want to be married, then I just look at it. Nope, I'm not the guy for them, no matter what they're saying. And I just move on. Like,
okay. So now that you're, I'm sorry, go ahead, Dawn.
I was going to say, what if there's an attraction and, that is stopping you from moving on?
As far as like attraction to the person?
Yes.
Well, again, if I'm not ready to go there, I could be attracted to someone, right? However,
have you done that?
I have a few times, many times actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So, however, because I know I just don't want to go there, into being in a committed relationship, then I just can't move forward. Now, there is a disclaimer on that one.
Disclaimers. Wow.
Right. So now, if someone was sharing that marriage, one day is, they could see being married, but it's not a priority, opens up the door.
Opens up the door for what?
I can move forward.
Move forward with that person?
Yes.
Okay.
So how far down do they have to mention? Like, I mean, because we over 50 now.
Exactly.
Look, I'm shooting straight from the hip. So like day one, I need to know, like, let's say I met someone, right?
Uh-huh.
Kind of as soon as I met him, I said, so what's the kind of like, what does your future look like? I mean, one day, do you want to be married? And they said, oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, and I'm like, oh, whoa. Well, I don't know, right? I can't say I'm not against marriage. I'm not saying that I will get married.
Right.
However, right now, that's just not even in the picture.
Okay.
So I would have to say, if you're looking to get married, this day one now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm not the guy for you. You know,
Sounds
appreciate
good.
it. Thank you. And, you know.
So what are the
Did I answer your?
Go ahead.
No, I was asking Dawn, did I answer her question?
I said it sounds good, but yeah.
Okay. All right.
So tell us this, men over 50. So what are you guys looking for? Are you looking for marriage? Are you looking for companionship? Are you looking for a boo thing? Are you looking for a Netflix and chill? Are you looking for a bedfellow? As a man over 50 who's been married, because a lot of times, a lot of the men now have been married and some of them don't want to get remarried, but are they in your group, in your basement talk? What are you men talking about when it comes to relationships after 50?
So now one of the problems is most of my friends are married. Mm-hmm. Now I could speak on the ones that did get married either in their 50s or late 40s, whether they was married before or not. And I think most of them probably was married. I was like the latest one to get married. To them, they were looking to get married. I could speak on one. He didn't see it. He met a young lady, and then it was just like, wow, it just blew his mind. So then it was just like, wow, okay. So most of the men I could say are probably not against it. Now, the few I did run across that are not married, a couple of them don't want to get married.
Why?
Like, they're cool because they like having variety still. They don't want the commitment.
At this age?
Right.
Yes. At this age, they don't want the commitment. Now, I know one, he's trying to find a young lady, but he wants to have kids. So, yeah. At 50, right? So that puts him, I guess, trying to get a young girl, which the ones he tried to date, it just didn't work out because
the gap.
You're right. Is that age difference, right? So I don't know his views now. I haven't talked to him about a year about it. So it might have. His son is like 28, 30 years old.
And he wanted another one.
Right. Well, he did. He might have changed it now. He's been married twice. So this would be, if he did get married, it'd be his third marriage. Okay. But he does want to be married.
Oh, okay.
He just want to make sure it's the right one.
Yeah.
But truly and honestly, from his discussions, he's not really looking.
So what is he doing? Just playing the field?
So if he meets someone, most of the young ladies that he might talk to is older women. I mean, women that he's known before. Oh. So here's another thing I found. Guys that are in their 50s, again, some of them reach back to go to people like they have known already.
And why is that?
Because it's we have some familiarity, right? So I'm not coming to a total stranger, especially if we grew up in the same neighborhood. It's like, wow, we got some things in interest. We got some things in common, you know. And also, too, I mean, you know, I guess it cuts some of the chase down.
Oh, wow.
You know?
So when you're saying reaching back, are you saying people in the neighborhood, or are you saying somebody they may have dated prior to?
Either in the neighborhood, both. Either in the neighborhood or someone they dated before.
And that piques my curiosity as to if you dated before and it didn't work out then, why would it work out now?
Maturity. For some.
I'm just speaking for myself. Being young and dumb and stupid, I probably messed up a lot of relationships, right? That should have been able to go to probably the marriage. So if I was really looking, I could say, wow, since I was the one that messed up, and now I believe I'm doing much better as a man on my feelings and how I handle things and my emotions and all that good stuff, that I would be a better mate than what I was back then. Now, what I would have to do is find out this person from that 10, 15, 20 years ago, how did they develop? Right. Hopefully they're not crazy as a bed bug in their 50s, right? So, but it would be worth the try. Right. So
yeah, I would say if it's that maturity level, but if you go back there, and should there be a disclaimer, because now you're setting your ways, where younger, you could kind of adjust, but now you're setting your ways, and this is how it is, and is my way or the highway, and because I'm the man, daggone it.
Contrary, Ms. Dawn. So here's the deal.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, as a mature man, sometimes you might have to make some adjustments, right? Although we like this 58, it's all about adjustments. It's all about developing. You should never stop growing and learning. I don't care. You could be 70 and still learn something and develop and change. So to have a healthy relationship and probably going into marriage, you have to be able to adapt. You have to be able to change. So, and I know some guys, they're just not, right? Like you said, it's going to be. So then as the young lady, the female, is going to have to say, whoa, I don't want to deal with this joker, right? He's like this. Although it might have been someone I dealt with before. So that would be up to them to say, I'm not even going there, trying that, and and let him move on to the next one. Yeah.
And I would say a person with maybe low self-esteem, or somebody that just want to settle because they just don't want to be alone, will sit back and say, maybe that's something minor, I could deal with it. But then the worst mistake that they can make. You do have some people that will settle.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I don't think that people should settle.
Right.
I think that's the worst thing that you can do.
Right.
You're setting yourself up.
Yeah, I believe so. But it is people out there that don't want to be alone and will settle. So I would love to hear from a person that is setting their ways, and like, you're looking for a mate, but you're not willing to change anything. Like, what's on their mind?
Right. True.
You can't be really looking for someone if you're not willing to change. You know what I mean? It's a two-way street when you get into a relationship.
Yeah. Right.
However, so here's one. You ever heard of like an alpha male? A narcissist? Right? Normally, they're going to be who they're going to be, right? So if anything, when they come into a relationship, this is who I am. So you're either going to accept it or not. But here's a good thing about the alpha guys, and not most of them, they're very great providers.
Mm-hmm.
So now you make the exchange. You say, you know what, can I put up with his bull crap? But man, I'm driving me a nice Lexus. Can I put up with his bull crap? I'm in a 5-bedroom, and I know this is all materialistic, but I'm in a 5-bedroom home, right? Wow, can I put up with this stuff? He treats my grandkids great, right? Can I put up with this stuff? He treats my grown kids great. Can I put up with this stuff, man? Whenever I want to go on a vacation, he got it, right?
Yeah.
But I got to put up with his bull crap. Do I want to put up with the bull crap?
Right.
So
guess what happens?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dawn.
Sometimes it's a great exchange. Like, look, as long as I got the gifts coming in, I live good. Hey, I'm 60. I'm almost 60 years old. I've been in worse relationships. I I'm just gonna roll with it. I never got a chance to, drive this Lexus that somebody's paying for. I never been treated like this. So I'm going for it.
Mm.
I'm not saying right, wrong, or indifferent, but I can see how that happens.
Yeah. Yeah. But for that person to be upfront is something that they would have had to do to actually woo that person, to pique her interest before. I mean, maybe if that person is a materialistic person, then okay, or somebody low self-esteem and the alpha male, and they're tired of the bills and they're tired of. So yeah, I mean, I can see that. I can see that.
And I'm gonna go here. Go ahead, Rochelle.
I think with an alpha male too, doing like you said, what they do is they come in and they woo you. They don't show that side of them. I mean, they show it, bits and pieces of it, but because you don't want to be by yourself, and because you don't, you've been maybe single for so long, you accept that behavior. You see it, but you accept it because you don't want to be by yourself. And it comes along with the rejection, with being in bad relationships from time to time, and things not working out, and that low self-esteem, you're going to accept whatever, those gifts kind of override or overshadow that behavior. And then you're like 1 or 2 years into it, and now you feel like you stuck with this person who is controlling, who talks to you any kind of way, who just controls your every step of your life. And now you feel like you stuck because you like, I already put in all this time. He already did all of this stuff for me. I can't leave. So I need to just go ahead and settle for it and become emotionally damaged in the process. Go ahead. Darius, what was you going to say? I'm sorry.
No. And then I said, you're kind of right when I hear you say about the low self-esteem, right? Because here's the other piece. Some guys actually hunt. Mm-hmm. So for women with low self-esteem. Mm-hmm. Now, I know right now today, if I wanted to go out there and actually find that, I'm a...
Go ahead, say it.
I don't want to say relationship, because if I wanted to find that friend that I could probably have my benefits, have my breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert with, I can find one, right? Of course. However, I don't want. It's still an emotional piece there. So even if someone, let's say, that has low self-esteem, I come along and I'm not doing nothing like no yelling, and I'm just being I'm a nice guy, and before you know it, I'm in her space, right?
So how do y'all find them? How do y'all hunt them? What do you look for? What are the traits?
Someone that you probably see if you're kind of around a lot, somebody you probably see by themselves a lot, right? Or if they do hang in a group, the one that's probably the kind of almost never give you eye contact type thing,
Uh-oh.
Hey, what's up, Mr. David?
David is here.
I'm just listening. I'll be on in a second.
All right. Oh boy.
Yeah. So normally, go ahead.
How can you tell that a person has low self-esteem?
So normally for me, it's not that I could tell, but how are they letting me? What are they letting me do? So let's say if I met someone, right? And this is the old Darius. It's not the new Darius. It's the old. So let's say I met someone, right? And I said, hey, not that I'm doing it on purpose. Hey, we going out this Saturday, right? Friday comes along, and that Saturday comes along, and it's like, man, we supposed to go out 7:00, but it's 3:00. I got something better I want to do. Now, again, it's the old Darius. Old Darius used to like to drink. So now somebody coming up with a nice drink plan, I'm like, okay, I got to cancel this. So I call and cancel, right? Of course, they might get mad or whatever, but guess what? I get another chance. So then something else happens where now it might not be a canceled date, but let's just say something happened where I disappointed them, and they just okay. And then before you know it, they just keep allowing me just to let them keep being disappointed. I just, not that I'm doing it on purpose, but I would keep rolling with it until finally they just get tired of me and say, you know what, I can't do this no more.
Wow.
So
go ahead.
So basically, you just can't keep allowing yourself to be disappointed.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on the camera. Can I say something?
You can say something real quick. We got 10 minutes left, you guys. I don't know if we can try to go off and come back on so we can continue this conversation, but it only gives you like 40 something minutes. So, okay, go ahead, David.
Hey, y'all. What's going on, everybody? I ain't supposed to talk when grown people talking. I don't even know. Ain't nobody my age on here. I'm gonna get in trouble.
You wrong,
man. You know what? Mr. Darius said something that a man knows a woman's insecurity based on how she responds to him, right? So if a woman already knows she's pretty, she's not gonna be super flattered if you tell her. So like we can spot, it's like a dog with a spirit. We can spot an insecure woman. Like you can spot them like, okay. If you at a party or a club or something like that, this old David too, you can tell a woman if they, just how they carry themselves, right? Now, some men look at physical appearance. If a woman has a lot of physical issues, you know, different things, how she carries herself. I was just telling Car this, that to be honest with you, it's like the animal kingdom. The lion don't go for the strongest gazelle, not first.
Y'all just cracking up.
It's the science. You know, it's the one who in the group who look the nicest. That's why a lot of times, so even a nice person, not against their personality, but sometimes it ain't just about physical insecurities, it's emotional insecurities. Because someone could be overly nice because they're used to being rejected and they want everybody to love them. So with a man, that's automatic first base. If you're nice to me, I'm already going to be more confident to say more stuff to you.
Wow.
So if you don't want a man to hit on you, don't be nice. Don't be nice. Just be strong. And if you're secure, we won't be rejected. And we'll be like, I ain't got time for this today because the chick over there who, like 350 pounds, is getting late. I can go talk to her and she be able to give me her number. You know what I'm saying? Like, or even if she 110 pounds, if there's a spirit or aura, it really has to do with how. So like, if I say, man, oh, look at you, girl, you so cute. Like, that's different from being flattered to being like, oh, wow, really me? Like, you really, we can sense if you really was just like, okay, boy, whatever, I heard this 1,000 times. Right, so we really took the compliment like, oh, you really think I'm cute. So if we sense that, oh, yeah, good, yeah, keep going. So he keep applying a little pressure. Mm-hmm. And then like Mr. Darius said, once a woman get disappointed by a man, and then you can come right back in, like with no bridge, with no toll, with no buffer. Yeah. No, she's good. Because evidently what she's telling me is she just, she needs to have me. Like he said, if I cut her off and I was supposed to come see her that night and I didn't see her, and then I call her right back with some Kukumani story, like, oh, let's get together tonight because my dog had diarrhea and I had to stay with my dog. And then you like, yeah, okay, fine. Oh, in our head, oh, she good.
But why would y'all do that? Like, why would y'all play on somebody's emotions like that?
Because we are greedy men who are all we want to have is sex. From 10 years old to, I'm sure now, y'all 70, all the men want to do is have sex. We are
70s. We ain't in our 70s yet.
I mean, y'all close. Closer to me. But I'm just saying that's how men are bred. Like every man is just trying to have sex. They're trying to have sex. And of course I'm younger than y'all my parents' age, but I'm still, even it does change, and I'm sure it changed for y'all. But right. Even at middle 30s, it's still like, okay, everything ain't about sex, but majority of it is. Like you're trying to get to that place, because with men, once you give yourself to that man, it's another form of conquering. It's another energy that you feel like you've had.
Hey everybody, thanks so much for joining me today on Real Talk with Ro. That is my time. But you can join me here again next Sunday at 4 p.m. and Fridays at 10 a.m. for the Sunday replay. Listen, find us, download us, Spinwax Radio for the dopest radio station across the land. It's your girl Ro. Y'all already know, I gotta go.